Hey everybody, this is Nikki. I just wanted to thank you all for being so supportive. I have decided to step back away from my channel for a few days to care for my mother. She's about to transition. Um, we've involved hospice in her care. If it was left up to me, I would have had my mother on hospice starting in February when she first got sick. But a couple of my family members right now are in denial. You know what? I don't understand why certain things happen to certain people. I still don't understand exactly why God gave me the gift that He gave me and being an intuitive empath. We had Thanksgiving dinner at my house last year. My mother was sitting on the couch, and I came into the living room from the kitchen. And when I looked at her, something told me. I heard it in my ear. It said, uh, "This was her last. This will be her last Thanksgiving," and that was last year. And we're almost close to another Thanksgiving, and my mother right now is technically on her deathbed. So we've been doing everything to make her comfortable. We're giving her um, hospice is involved. They're giving her morphine to make her more comfortable. She's no longer eating anything. She barely wants to drink anything. She's a shell compared to the way she used to be. And for whatever reason, I guess my sister is not willing to accept it. It's five of us. I have two older brothers, I'm in the middle, and a younger sister and brother. And my younger sister and brother, for whatever reason, they don't want to even acknowledge it. I wrote my mother's obituary months ago. I wrote a poem for my mother. The day before yesterday, I sat in my window and watched leaves blow off a ginkgo biloba tree that's in front of my mother's house. And I've always, I love the autumn time, and I love the way those leaves blew in the breeze. And the poem that I wrote for my mother is called "The Autumn of My Life." And I just think that it's her time to go, and there's nothing that we can do to change it. This is my mother. Her name is Dora. That's my mother. That's my heart. We've had our times. We've been through some shit. I'm not gonna lie. But I just want my mother to be at peace. I want her to rest easy. Um, she's no longer there. That the mother I knew is no longer there. It's just a shell. I asked the nurse today, in her opinion, how much longer does she think my mother has, and she says a few days. And I know that. I just wish that my sister would really, really, let that digest that my mother is on her end because she's losing weight. She's lost a weight, at least 60, 70 pounds since February of this year. She's a skeleton right now, So we called the family members over and we had a family meeting about hospice, but we have yet to talk about funeral arrangements. We have yet to talk about anything as far as her services because that's what's needed. I'm the kind of person, I don't like waiting till the last minute. If it was left up to me, all this stuff would have already been planned, would have been done, and everything. But nobody talked about anything because they think that I'm being negative because I wanted to involve hospice. It took a nurse, having the nurse when she came over to talk, and she communicated with me a couple of days ago, and I said, well, you need to talk to my sister because my sister is the POA, and let her see what I see, as far as us needing to involve hospice. I just but I really do want to thank you all for sending me the messages and everything on the post I put out there on the community page the other day. Thank you so much, you all. That really, really does help me out. I haven't worked in it was a year in October. I got fired from my job. I haven't been able to work. Every time I get ready to start a job, something stops the job from happening. I'm supposed to be working at a job about a month ago, but something else happened. The start date came the day before I was supposed to start. The hiring manager called me and said that the person who was going to leave changed their mind about leaving. So boom, there I was. Another job, a full-time, good-paying job. It was an eerie feeling about that. Every time that job got ready to get started, something stopped me. So I'm assuming all of these stops was preparing me to make sure that my mother was well taken care of. God didn't want me to work. God wanted me to be there to take care of my mother, and still my car about to lose that. I'm thankful I still have my house, but I have really, really been blessed to still have my stuff. I still have to talk to the car people about this and the car people about that. Is every time I turn around, the phone ringing about this, the phone ringing about that, build this, build that. But I know that God wants me to be here for my mother, and that's what I'm doing, and that's what I'm going to do. But I just wanted to thank you all so much for just being there and just being supportive, and I'm just so thankful that I have you all to lean on, and because you all are kind of like my soul family. And I just thank you all so very much for being there for me, because I know this is going to be a bumpy road, having to prepare to say goodbye to my mother. She's 74 years old. She taught me a lot. She taught me how to cook. I know that this is her end, and I know that I want her to go in peace. I don't want her to suffer. She doesn't want to. She doesn't want. She has a don't resuscitate. She doesn't want to be resuscitated. She doesn't want anybody pumping on her, trying to bring her back. When I go, let me go. And she meant every word of it. She said, "Don't put me in a home and do not resuscitate me. Just let me go." And my sister is not at that point to where she's ready to let my mother go. I've had a year to digest this since I heard that voice in my ear that said, "This is her last Thanksgiving," because I knew. If any of you have had any personal readings from me, you know the shit is legit. But I just wanted to come on and let you all know that I'm going to be off a few more days to make sure that my mother's transition is as cohesive as it could be, as it can be. But I wanted to keep you all abreast and let you all know what was going on my end. I know I have, I think, 2, maybe 3 people waiting on personal readings, but I'll email you separately and let you know when I'll be doing those, because I want to make sure that everything is okay on my end before I do your reading. Okay? But thank you all so much for being understanding, and thank you so much for your support. Okay? I'll talk to y'all later.